Well, hey Scorpios, how about a reading from your metal dog? It is fixed sign week. Barely made it. It's Friday of that week. And I never procrastinate on fixed signs, but I did this time. So it must be the day where I'm supposed to do the readings. Okay. This is a reading that has to do with Sagittarius full moon that we just had, and I know this is like something that happened in the past, but I'm just curious about what is going on with you and how this will shape the future. So Scorpio, the reading is going to be about an idea that you have or something that you've learned, or a concept or a story, something like that, and an action that you're supposed to take that is based in that idea. And then we will ask what is hidden, what the tarot wants you to know, and what the outcome may be. Because we are in this season of this kind of idea turns into action. So let's just see what the cards tell us. I'm going to cut this deck here and get into it. Okay, so an overall idea of what is going on. Hey, it's your card, Scorpio. It's death. Transformation. An ending. It's quite beautiful. There's a surrender in it. There is surrender in death in our card. In letting go. And it's very, very hard for fixed signs to let go. So on the bottom here, we have a few things. Very practical things here. We have you gardening, you putting in the work, planting the seeds, tending to them, waiting for your labors to produce fruit, or in this case, roses. I just planted a rose bush myself. We have a little bit of chaos, a little 5 of inspiration, 5 of wands here, fire. Lots of competing ideas. No real leadership. Next card is a 6, which is victory. So somebody in this will prevail. But for now, we're getting an ace of materials, a new beginning. I really do see your efforts bearing fruit, bearing roses here. So yeah, but let's look. Let us look at the cards and see what else we can find out. So 4 cards. Your idea, your action, what's hidden from you, your future. You're doing something. Let's see if we can find out what it is. Okay, my dear Scorpio. So, what are you thinking about? 2 of Wands. You are envisioning the world that you want to live in. You can't quite see here where it is, but maybe if you look at this image, it will help you to know what that concept is. Now, the action that you are to take, or that you... So this is a Knight of Wands. This is quick, passionate, could be impulsive action. It's assertive, it's coming from certainty and passion. What's hidden from you? 4 of Swords. This is somebody or some need to change your mind, because 4 of Swords is your mind. It's your concepts. In a 4 of Swords, you go alone to heal. You quit looking to other people for advice, and you just go in and look at your mind, what it's telling you. And that would be such a very different feeling between this action and this stillness with your mind. Like, look at how it's a fantastic image of her hair with the swords in it. There's a lot going on in her head. She does have the one truth here. And I do see how we have a similar kind of ideas, taking hold of one of them and going with it. We just don't know yet in this reading what the idea is and what the action is that you're taking. We do see you taking action. The future, should you choose, is a Six of Swords. So there is a change of mind happening. So if we go back here and we look at death, change is what death is, transformation. It's a big change of your mind. It looks like you're putting thought, effort, time, care into this, whatever you're doing. There's confusion, but it does produce a 3D result, a real world result. And I am seeing her holding what is a wand here. So this is a pentacle card, but we can see that the Ace of Pentacles is holding wand, which is the same as what this fellow is holding. So it does look like this action bears fruit and that it's quite transformative. What's going on the bottom here of this deck? There's that truth. There's that Ace of Swords that she's holding here. So like you go alone, you examine your ideas, your concepts, your paradigms, and you're going to end up with one truth. This is coming out right now. The truth is out. And here's your Six of Wands. Remember I told you this card is followed by victory. This is a 5-6, same suit, fire, wands, inspiration in this deck. So that's here as well. It's a very powerful resolution to this, and that's it on the bottom of that deck. We will now clarify. I'm going to clarify with the Guardian of the Night. At this point, Scorpio, this is a very basic, simple narrative. So let's see if we can find out more. It's so simple, it feels obvious to me. You know, like it feels kind of like, what do we call it? Formulaic, you know? And there's no specifics, which I find frustrating. It also seems significant because death is here, you are here, your card is here. So this is about you. And I'm going to say this is about how you think of yourself and know yourself in the world, and that this is changing it's like an identity change in a way. But let's see if we can find out more. Two of Wands. This is the idea that is at work, in play here. Right, and remember, I show you this card and you look into yourself and you seek your vision for the world that you want to live in. So let's see if we can learn more about that. An Eight of Swords. This is a sense of being stuck. You can see it's very prickly. There is a lot going on. This is your mind. It looks like an eye. It looks like an eye in pain because see how this looks like an iris. You can see the new moon reflecting in it. So you might think about the Cancer new moon that's happening next. And all of these prickly, it's very prickly here. You can see the bats. Is there flower in here? No, this is happening under the earth. It's very like a snake. It's a great Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is you feel trapped. This is your perspective. That's why I think we have an eye here, because it's very much about how you're seeing things. That's why you need to change your mind. Yeah. So you feel trapped, but you're not. Let's see what else. Two of Cups. This is an idea of your soulmate, your idea of justice. It's a mirroring. You can see there's an equal give and take. They fill each other's cups. Water is emotions. Cups they represent your feelings, your heart. This is the lotus flower that is in this deck, representative of divine love, of love, We also have this healing. This has been added to the concept of the Two of Cups. So healing is here in more than one way, because we have the Four of Swords and we have that symbol appearing in this Two of Cups. And thirdly, the Eight of Pentacles, work. The kind of mastery of a craft. This wasp here with the paper nest, such a beautiful work of art. So this is the idea here. The ideas that on which you are asked to take action. So there's an idea that you're trapped. There's a concept of love or of justice. And there is an idea of work. Of perhaps, and I can see that you're working, right? Because we see you attending to your garden. Seven of Pentacles or materials can be a place of stagnation and being stuck. I don't see that. I see devotion to this labor. And I think of that as a Scorpio quality, because we are good at dedicating and obsessing. Fixed signs are. It doesn't feel stuck for us to just drill and drill and drill until we break through. Water and water and weed until our garden blooms. So these three ideas are perhaps what you were acting on. Maybe that you were going to, it looks like I see change in your ideas in your mind. So let's see what we can find out here. This is the action you take on this, on what you come to see in the realm of your mind, and the realm of work, and the realm of love or justice, or both. I see how you can get stuck in love, and then just be willing to put the work in a very dedicated way, or in justice, in movement, in collaboration towards justice. Okay, there is a Four of Cups. So this is I've been there, I've done that. It can be a card of, like the Eight of Swords that we have here under your concepts. This is a state of mind. This is a state of heart. It's a stuck state potentially, but in this particular version of it, this armadillo has taken the action of looking away from lack and disappointment and towards this new cup, new love, new beginning that is being offered. So that is definitely exerting your core muscles to take action here and to see your way out of the humdrum. Here's your Four of Swords again, healing. So this seems to be a part of this is the same card here. This is what's hidden from you. So part of the action that you're taking is going in and examining your idea of the truth. And thirdly, the moon. Okay. Well, Scorpio, you are quite good at the moon journey, at going very deep inside of yourself and examining the hidden places in a way that can be quite transformative. Okay, it's a very quiet kind of action taken on this vision, on this Two of Wands. All right, what's hidden from you here is a Four of Swords. I feel like we're all kind of, I'm seeing this in the cards a lot, like we're having to face some truths. Truths are being revealed. We're facing them. Taking courage. Knight of Wands is quite courageous. Doesn't think about stuff, just acts. Have trouble with commitment. That's not a problem I see in your cards or in the Scorpio nature, but let's see. Four of Swords, what's hidden from you? A King of Wands, more of this alpha, fiery energy, decisive, leader, inspired energy. A wheel of fortune, things turning in your favor, or in the favor of this King of Wands. And anxiety, insomnia, the Nine of Swords, of protectiveness of the little sleeping one that this mother, polar bear, father, polar bear, however you see it, is feeling. Well, so I see like the King of Wands is not you. It's somebody else that you feel anxious about them winning. And it seems like this is what you're trapped in, and it's affecting your feeling of, you feel like, this is a really simple and clear message. It's like you feel like you always lose and that they're going to win again. And it's bothering you. You feel like every time they seem to be getting in a place where they're finally going to receive justice, they win. Wheel turns in their favor. And you're afraid of that happening right now. This is what you're having trouble. This is a concept that you're having trouble letting go of, that the cards say you do need to let go of this story. And until you quit telling yourself this story, no matter how much you envision the world changing, it can't. That's why you have this. This is you're trapped in this state of mind that says, no matter how hard I work or how good I am at this work, this guy, this patriarchal figure, wins. And then I'm here. The polar bear seems important to me. This kind of actually feels like political. Try not to get into the political, but like polar bears make me think of climate change. So there's a kind of force of nature that is what you feel like you're up against, like something as big and overwhelming and something that you can't fight because it's so much more powerful than you. And the cards disagree with you. They say you would be incorrect. It's like you're in this place of confusion and disorientation and competition. So this is what really needs to change, and this is what the Death card is here to say, that you need to do something to change your mind, to quit, to act like this armadillo and look at the hope here. Look away from the losses. They do not add up to a prediction of the future. You can see how this one alone with this, just a concept, it doesn't mean it's the truth. This idea that like the other side is more powerful than you. And then you're kind of just left in the ruins here, scavenging. And you definitely need to look at this story that you tell yourself, Scorpio. So let's see. The future says you do change your mind. It says you get a new beginning. You get something really beautiful and real and abundant. And it says you get victory. You get victory over this idea. This is this idea that I feel like the Death card says, a lot here says, is incorrect. But it is really powerful, this idea. So you're changing your mind, and that's what the future says. Six of Swords. You move from turmoil to calm. Let's see what else. The Empress. Abundance, your ability to absolutely manifest a beautiful world. It's a very feminine quality, definitely very different from this masculine patriarchal figure. Empress is absolutely capable of making the world that she wants to live in without any help. She's the mother of the tarot, which I kind of avoid because I'm not a mother and I don't know mothering, but I do think of Earth as this abundant, powerful place. And so this shift from the lion to the fox empress, it seems to be about justice, about balance. What else? Yes, Hangman. There's that. This is absolutely a card of changing your perspective. So you hang upside down until you see it. You're kind of stuck here until you do. And, ooh, Three of Swords. Broken heart. The reason that you don't just jump on this truth is that it hurts. Yeah, there's a pain in it. There's a pain in it. You have to accept something that's really hard for you to accept. It's this truth. These other concepts that you've been living in are obviously very painful. You're in bondage to them. There is freedom represented here by the feather, a new concept that is in alignment with your heart. This is your heart and your mind in conflict. This is hope. This really clearly, this message is about your mind being changed to a new beginning, which is set. You get the Empress in the future. Underlying energy is very similar. The Queen of Pentacles, this beautiful cow who represents, again, earth, the earthly, abundant realm. Yeah, you're kind of trapped in your mind with a kind of hopelessness right now, and there's hope to be had. There's a lot of power that you can focus your attention on. I think when you focus your attention on that, you have this Hangman change of mind experience, this Six of Swords change of mind, this transformation represented by the Death card. There's so much here about the action you take is to examine your ideas and the stories you're telling. It can be anywhere from some sense of injustice within your very close familial relationship, your soulmate connection, whatever, like that on that level, to bigger concepts about structural power, earth, the resilience of earth. But it does say to go forth like the Knight of Wands and take action without thinking. Don't overthink. You're inclined to overthink. There's lots of swords on the table. But do it. Just do the thing that helps you change your mind, because your mind is between you and this beautiful outcome, which is the future here. And the cards acknowledge that you are resistant to receiving this gift because the pain of letting go of your concepts is no joke. And as a fixed sign Scorpio, it is hard to let go of something that you have dearly invested in. As a Scorpio, I feel like dissatisfied in this reading somehow. Like, I want to know more, so, why should I go away dissatisfied? If you want to stick around, I'm gonna ask really about this Ace of Materials, this very 3D new beginning, and what it's like this energy, right, of abundance. I want to know more about this. So let's see. Let's see what this Ace of Materials is to begin with here. Let's see what we can find out. I also want to know about what that Two of Cups is, I don't like vague. Son of Cups, the classy love offer. That's your ascension, judgment. And the truth. There's another image. It's not the Four of Swords, as we have seen. It's the Seven of Swords. There is some truth that is being revealed. Because this is a change your mind reading. it's very clear that the world changes, that something real happens as a result, actually, of an ascension that comes from leading with your heart. And that there is judgment that will shed light on the truth here that's coming in. Again, I cannot tell you specifically what that truth is, but I do want to know what it has to do with your concept here of Two of Cups. Maybe I'll ask about the Eight of Pentacles too for you careerists out there, Scorpios. Okay, a Father of Cups. This is your card, Scorpio. The emotionally mature Father of Cups who, because he is running his own kingdom, he's very closed-mouthed about his feelings. We also get the World, an ending and a beginning, and Mother of Wands. So the Mother of Wands is a very powerful, sexy queen who, she's fire. She's very protective of her eggs. As you can see in this particular version, the snake protects the eggs. She's the queen of the law of attraction. She has that quality that the Empress has that we see ahead. It's a beginning or an ending between you and this Mother of Wands. Beginning or ending. It can be either, it can be both. Something changing in a very fundamental way. Here, there's a judgment world. These are death. These are big, massive life cycle changes here on the table. So whoever your Mother of Wands is, or if you identify more with her, then who's your Father of Cups? Something ending and something beginning in that relationship. Okay, I'm just asking about the Eight of Pentacles. So don't get much more information. We just get repetition. That means kind of like I have to quit asking questions. So where is he? Yeah, we get this guy again. We get the this is work. I asked about your work, your Eight of Pentacles. So we get this guy again. We get this again here. This is and we get again the exact same card here. So we got no new cards. Same cards to clarify this Eight of Pentacles. So this figure, this alpha figure, this concept of a leader, of the boss, is in your work realm. This is where your ideas of hierarchy, of power, of skill, of the source of abundance, like that's a concept. It feels like, interestingly, like because you have this pair on the table here, there's and we see the Empress ahead, and we see the Queen of Pentacles. So we are seeing a shift towards these mothers and queens away from kings. Yeah, but when it's kind of cool. Like, I like that it's repetitive, and it's also kind of frustrating that it's repetitive. There's not a lot going on here. There's just more information about a shift in how, from what is clearly like a sense of being trapped in a hierarchical world, a place where structural power resides with this King of Wands. There's inequality. There's frustration in the realm of justice. And in some way you might consider that you're attached to that. You're attached to that structure. You might actually examine your own commitment to hierarchy and what you get out of hierarchy. Perhaps you in some way have structural power, that you can re-examine this in order to shift dynamics. And really, that's excellent advice for any of us that we may be frustrated about what's happening up there, but it's very often that we can make the change in ourselves, in what we're committed to, that we can actually address and transform when we notice that we're a part of the problem that is frustrating us. That in some way we're consenting to this or benefiting from it in some way. So if that is helpful, I hope it is. And yeah, Scorpio, thank you for letting me look at your cards. Yeah. Have a beautiful day. All right.